Dear America, it is I, your President Donald Trump. I just wanted to thank you for all of your gracious support over this presidential run. And it is time for me to finally admit and concede victory to Joe Biden. However, I have given him a plan, and this plan is one of my best plans ever. There's no plan in the history of plans that have ever been better than this one. In this plan, we build a second White House. And in that second White House, which I will dub the Red House, I will be the sitting president for every red state in the country. And then Joe can keep those lousy, traitorous blue states for himself. We've sent the proposal to him, and we'll just see how he reacts in the coming days. Thank you.
Trump sent me a deal about building another White House? Up there in the USA, he can do whatever he wants. But as president of Canada, I'm going to run things the way I want to.
But Mr. Biden, you're the president of the USA.
Hello, America. As you've now all heard, I have been given permission to start construction on the second White House, the Red House, the bigger house, the better house. Everything's always better here in America. And that's why we're going to be building this much better, much biglier White House right across the street from that lousy old tacky White House that Joe will be sitting in. Here's a very great artist's rendition of what the future of our nation will look like. I think that somebody owes this man a raise, if I'm being honest. I think that there's been no better, no greater artist in the entire world.
You keep losing more states after all these recounts. Who's going to pay for the new White House?
Well, a lot of the more biglier payments will be made by myself. The taxpayers are definitely not going to be paying for anything like that. Mexico, we'll probably get Mexico to pay for some of it. It's the least they could do since I didn't get around to building that wall that I was going to make them pay for. But mainly me, yeah. It's going to be all me.
Mr. Biden, how are you going to make sure that Trump doesn't use taxpayers' money on the new White House?
Well, you know, I had a dog back in the day, a dog named Scruffy. He used to take Scruffy on all kinds of walks. I would walk him along the state lines, introduce him to different people, different kind of walks of life, you know. Scruffy was one of the best dogs America ever had.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do here as the Trumpers of America is we're going to annex all of those blue states, and we're going to free our fellow Trump-Americans. We don't want them to suffer in a blue state if they don't have to.
And that's why I've always said that my sister, she's the love of my life. I would never pick anyone else to spend the rest of my life with.
That's not what I said.
Huh?
That's not what I said.
Oh, yeah, I love that Trump guy. He's always a great guy, always paying me tons of compliments, you know. People say he's a bit of a clown, but I think he's pretty great. You know, he's got a nice head of hair on him. It smells real good. Kind of reminds me of my horse, Sally. I used to ride Sally up and down all the time on my farm. And
do you hear this guy say that he has a sister who's the love of his life? My daughter is way hotter than his sister is. I would sleep with her a billion times before I would ever even touch his gross sister.
And that's why I've always stuck by what I've said. That poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. And that's why I give every kid a nickel to come in there, rub my leg down in the pool, you know?
I mean, have you seen the size of my daughter's tits?
That Trump guy said, what about my sister? I haven't even met the guy. Why would he be talking shit about my sister? That's it. I don't care if it's the last thing I do. I'm launching a nuclear strike on his country right now.
Oh, God.
Wait, he said he was going to do what exactly?